Drama for Meghan. Her father, Thomas Markle Sr., his son Tom and daughter Samantha have spoken out in a bombshell new interview. Well, that was an interview for an Australian news programme. Thomas Markle did suffer a stroke last year. Obviously, you can see there his speech affected. It did get us thinking, actually, about, you know, the pressure to forgive, especially when it comes to family. You know, you always hear that expression, Denise, don't you? Oh, blood's thicker than water, don't let it fester, you'll regret it.
I know this is a broader talk than just about the Markles, but I just feel I have to say this. Anybody watching that clip out of context would pull on the heartstrings of a father deserted by his daughter. All I feel is that Meghan Markle knows how despised she is. I'm a Meghan Markle supporter and have been for a long, long time. But she is despised by a lot of the British press, a lot of the American press. It would be very, very easy for her to go and visit her father, have a photograph taken, and so much of the world would go, oh, my God, she's made peace with him, she's amazing, she's marvellous. She doesn't do that for the simple reason that there is more goes on there than we know about.
Well, you think. We still don't know.
She wouldn't. Why on earth would she allow to be so demonised by people? Why would she? OK, the fact is he has these two other children. There's a very suspect photograph appearing of the guy, the son, doing an impression of his sister online today. Can I also just say that Samantha Markle didn't see her own father for 13 years. She also used to charge $10,000 to get out of bed to do an interview about them. The point being is that I have a friend who has a father who I am very, very incredibly lucky that I had a fantastic relationship with my family, and I have never had to be put in that situation. But I have a friend who was sexually abused by her father. When that father dies, she will not forgive him, she will not go to the funeral, and I cannot blame her. And I'm not, you know, this is not relating to that, but there are reasons that go very, very deep. And to me, there are reasons why she has chosen to take her father out of her life.
And that's the thing,
and this is not the right way about it.
Don't they, Kelly? Well, and it's, you know, that blood is thicker than water expression. And like Denise, you know, I have a very close relationship with my family. So whenever I see anything about a family fallout or a feud or people not talking, my immediate reaction is sadness. I go, oh, no, but that's your sister, and oh, no, but that's your dad, and that's your mum. But actually, we don't know what's gone on in a lot of these cases. No. And, you know, should you always forgive just because it's family?
Well, I mean, in that situation, I think Dad could have gone about it a better way. If he wanted to reconcile with his daughter, I don't think going further publicly is going to assist with that. In terms of myself, yes, you know, I'm a Christian, so we have to forgive, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you forget. I think it's really important, especially if in that relationship there's been abuse or it's been a relationship that has been toxic for some reason, whether that's family or not. I still think you need to remember the cause of that hurt and that pain.
Are you more likely to forgive or try to forgive if it's family than if it was a friend? If it was a friend, could you cut them loose? But if it's family, do you feel that, you know, blood is thicker than water?
Well, no, because I think with a friend, you choose that relationship. Family, you've got no choice. You are my sister, you are my brother, you are my... that was just born that way. But with a friend, you choose that relationship. You choose how much you invest into it.
Is there a limit with family, Kelly? Because you're religious and I'm not. Is there a limit as to what you would forgive?
You know, I'm really fortunate that I'm not one of those people, you know, like a Doreen Lawrence or whoever, who's had to forgive that kind of somebody taking your child from you, which I think, you know, is the ultimate sort of sacrifice. I've not done that, but I have had members of the family that have done other things that have made me feel, you know, like I couldn't possibly forgive. But I'm commanded to do so, so I do. But I like I said, I don't forget what you've done, because that would then change my behaviour going forward, because I can't keep doing... You know, if you've done something that I think has stepped over the line, I just remember that and I change my behaviour around that person.
Can you forgive, Janet, if it's... Yeah. Even if it's family?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I had a very difficult relationship with my sister, and then I thought her behaviour was quite challenging at times, and then I did forgive her. Towards the end of her life, definitely. But with this particular interview with the Markles, I find it very spiteful. I find it can only be motivated by spite and maliciousness. There can be no other reason. I mean, I've never put myself as a big fan of Meghan, but I feel sorry for her now that she's got these uncontrollable relatives, and they are uncontrollable. I mean, I really hope this interview... I mean, it's been picked up online and you can see it easily. And
Well, he claims
problem.
it's his last interview.
Well, yeah, it's not going to work.
Going to
no.
work.
And I'm like,
course,
well,
so
Kelly,
therefore,
I just think
what's it for?
if you want to mend this, surely the last thing you do is do a public interview if you really want to mend this with your daughter.
And nobody knows what goes on behind closed doors.
Well, we don't,
you know?
and we don't with them either, to
But
be
I've got
fair.
two-
So
I've
people
got-
do make their assumptions on both sides when none of us actually know. We asked you at home, do you feel pressure to forgive if it's family? And 49% of you say yes, 51 say no. So very close.
Yeah.
I just need to add, though, that I just think if you're going to be paid, if you're going to benefit off your child by giving an interview, there's a line that you cross there. I mean, I just think, you know, family is family.
Well, again, we don't know.
Yeah,
we
but
don't
all
know
our
if they're paid.
yeah,
Don't know
plenty
if
of
they're
people
paid.
give interviews we don't like about us in our families.
But we don't,
Yeah, I've got one about you coming out tonight.
Anyway, lots of opinions on that, as you can see, and keep your opinions coming because we do love to hear from you.
Hey, Royal Squad. It's time to call out the nonsense and stand up for the truth. Let's talk about the latest drama swirling around Meghan Sussex, because once again, the press and her toxic relatives are out here painting false sob stories. Now listen, just because Thomas Markle had a stroke doesn't mean Meghan owes him a photo-op redemption arc. The same man who teamed up with tabloids to humiliate his daughter before her wedding is suddenly the poster boy for pity. Give me a break. Let's not forget, Samantha Markle, who's now pretending to be concerned, didn't see her own father for 13 years. And she used to charge thousands just to bash Meghan on camera. This is not family, this is exploitation. Meghan's been protecting her peace, and I applaud her for setting boundaries. Now let's talk about Prince Harry, still fighting for the basic right to protect his wife and children. The man served 2 tours in Afghanistan, has a literal target on his back, and yet he's denied security in the UK. While other royals enjoy full protection on taxpayer dollars for doing what, exactly? Wearing tiaras and planting trees. This isn't about royal titles, it's about fairness, dignity and decency, things the British media loves to ignore when it comes to Harry and Meghan. The couple left to escape the toxicity, not to abandon anyone, and now they're being vilified for protecting themselves. That's shameful. So Royal Squad, let's not stay quiet, let's lift them up. If you support Harry and Meghan, smash that subscribe button and show love with a super thanks. Your support helps us keep fighting the lies with facts and positivity. Until next time, stay loyal, stay loud, and stay royal.